Okay, good morning, 9th standard. So we are going to start with the new topic that is on page number 86. So before starting with page number 86, I just want to revise the topic which we have covered yesterday, because that two topics are very important, which is on page number 84 and 85. The two main important questions from these two pages comes for 3 or 5 marks. The first question was differentiate between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. I think I have revised this topic 3 times, so I'm not going to revise it again. So the next topic, that is the powers of Lok Sabha. That is very important questions. It comes for 5 marks, that you have to write the powers of Lok Sabha, or Lok Sabha exercise supreme power, explain. In these kinds of things the question frames. क्वेश्चन आपको सीधा सीधा नहीं पूछा जाएगा, आगे पीछे करके ही पूछा जा सकता है. तो प्लीज़ while writing answers first अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन वेल एंड देन अटेम्प्ट द आंसर. सो इस क्वेश्चन में 3 और क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू द पॉइंट्स. सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट का जो क्वेश्चन बनता है वो ये है कि हाउ द लोकसभा एक्सरसाइज मोर पावर देन राज्यसभा. हमने सबसे पहले मैं आपको समझा देती हूँ कि हाउ लोकसभा एक्सरसाइज सुप्रीम पावर, बिकॉज लोकसभा हैज़ द राइट टू पास एनी काइंड ऑफ लॉ और बिल ही इज़ हैविंग. Any bill or law which is passed in the parliament, the extreme power is given to the Lok Sabha. If Rajya Sabha does not agree to it, they will not they are not going to see for their verdict, because the final verdict will be the members of Lok Sabha only. So the final decision of any law is taken by the Lok Sabha. That is why they are supreme. Second point, in the kind of money matters, the Lok Sabha is the only one who take the final decision. Rajya Sabha can delay it for 14 days, or can say कि भैया you have to make some changes in the budget, but the final decision again will be taken by the Lok Sabha. So while passing the law, Lok Sabha is supreme. While passing the budget or the money matters, the Lok Sabha will be taking the final decision. And the last is when how the council of ministers, if they want to change the council of ministers, they can change the council of ministers also. The Lok Sabha, the members of Lok Sabha, they can change the council of ministers, and they can even change the prime minister also, because prime minister is one who is elected among the people of the Lok Sabha only. So they have the power to change them also. So these are the 3 important points which makes, or which tells that Lok Sabha is an important part of the 2 houses. It is said that Rajya Sabha is more powerful, but in reality Lok Sabha is more powerful. So please go through this topic which is on page number 84, second hand side paragraph. Please go through these topics. एंड इफ़ यू are having any doubt, like मैम हम इसको कैसे लिखे, इससे ये भी क्वेश्चन फ्रेम हो सकता है क्या, वट एवर द क्वेश्चंस आर रिलेटेड, प्लीज़ आस्क टू मी. डू नॉट डू व्हाट यू वांट. आपको जो लग रहा है वो मत करिए प्लीज़. फॉर द सेक ऑफ 10th स्टैंडर्ड आप बुक की हर एक लाइन पढ़ना शुरू करिए और क्वेश्चन खुद से फ्रेम करिए. और आपको आंसर नहीं मिल रहा है तो प्लीज़ आस्क टू मी कि मैम इस क्वेश्चन का मुझे आंसर नहीं मिला है, मैंने ये क्वेश्चन इस पैराग्राफ से निकाला है, सो काइंडली टेल मी द आंसर. दिस ऑल्सो यू कैन टेल इट टू मी, बट प्लीज़ स्टार्ट रीडिंग द बुक्स. Okay, so in this way we have learned the first institution, that is the parliament, and how they work we have read. And now the second topic, which is on page number 86, we are going to read. This is the second institution which look after the things for us, that is political executive. This also I just want to explain you and differentiate between. Okay, political executive. Political means the things which are related to politics, and executive means the laws which are going to be executed. In parliament, the legislature, they have a role to make the laws. Now here we are going to read how the laws are executed, किस तरीके से laws execute होते हैं, लागू होते हैं. पार्लियामेंट में हमने देखा कि इस तरह से लॉ बनते हैं, अब ना लॉ कैसे लागू होते हैं हमारे ऊपर और किस तरीके से जितनी भी पॉलिसीज़ है वो फ्रेम आउट होती, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू रीड. Now it is there on first paragraph. I'm just explaining you that we find out that the person who signed the document did not take his decision. He was only executing the policy decision taken by someone else. Now this line says that the person who said that this rule and this policy will be executed is not going to execute. मतलब जो बोलता है कि यस ये लॉ एग्जीक्यूट होगा वो एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करता, एग्जीक्यूट कोई और करता है. सो देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन सेइंग इट एंड डूइंग इट. सो दिस इज द मैटर वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इन दिस पैराग्राफ. सो डिसीजन कोई और बनाता है और एग्जीक्यूट कोई और करता है. वी नोटेड दैट द रोल ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर इन टेकिंग दैट डिसीजन, बट वी ऑल्सो नो दैट ही कुड not have taken that decision if he did not have support from the Lok Sabha, if he is not supported by, if he here we are talking about the office memorandum. Now VP Singh जिन्होंने जो ऑफिस मेमोरेंडम का मुद्दा पार्लियामेंट में लेकर आए थे, अगर अगर लोकसभा ही नहीं होती तो लोग उनको ही नहीं चुनते, और अगर उनको नहीं चुनते तो ऑफिस मेमोरेंडम वाली बात जो है पार्लियामेंट में डिस्कस ही नहीं होती. सो इट इज़ द लोकसभा हु टेक्स ऑल द थिंग्स. सो डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट वी फाइंड फंक्शनरीज हु टेक डे टू डे. इट मीन्स एट डिफरेंट लेवल्स, हर एक लेवल पे सब लोग काम करते हैं और ऑल दीज फंक्शनरीज आर कलेक्टिवली नोन एज एग्जीक्यूटिव. जो भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ में जो भी काम होते हैं, ठीक है, वो उनको हम कहते हैं पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव. जितने भी नेता हैं जो भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस बनाते हैं और उनको लागू करते हैं, तो दैट इज़ व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड एज पॉलिटिकल executive. So the next topic is political and permanent executive. This topic comes in the form of tabular form, like differentiate between political and permanent executive. So please write the question above the topic, that write the difference between or differentiate between political and permanent executive. There are three important points of this topic. First, the I think heading, the name itself says the definition. Political executive क्या होते हैं? They are those who are for specific period and elected by the people. Political executive वो होते हैं जो सिर्फ specific period के लिए ही होते हैं. मैंने just अभी आपको समझाया, political means related to politics. मीन्स अगर आपने देखा होगा कि जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज होती हैं, दे आर फॉर द स्पेसिफिक पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. इफ़ द पीपल आर नॉट लविंग देयर वर्क, दे आर गोइंग टू टेक देम आउट और थ्रो देम आउट. वो उनको वहाँ से कुर्सी से निकाल भी सकती हैं अगर लोग चाहे तो. दैट इज़ व्हाई दे आर फॉर स्पेसिफिक पीरियड. सो फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव इज दैट द पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव आर फॉर स्पेसिफिक पीरियड एंड दे आर इलेक्टेड बाय द पीपल. सेकेंड, फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ परमानेंट एग्जीक्यूटिव. परमानेंट मीन्स जो परमानेंट है, जिसको हम नहीं निकाल सकते. सो उसकी डेफिनेशन क्या होगी? फर्स्ट पॉइंट, दैट दे आर अपॉइंटेड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मेरिट एंड ऑन अ लॉन्ग टर्म बेसिस. परमानेंट एग्जीक्यूटिव वो एग्जीक्यूटिव्स होते हैं जो उनके मेरिट के बेसिस पे अपॉइंट होते हैं, मींस क्वालिफिकेशन के बेसिस पे अपॉइंट होते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल जितने भी सिविल सर्वेंट्स हैं, आईपीएस आईएएस जो भी हैं, वो सब परमानेंट एग्जीक्यूटिव में आएंगे और ये लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए होते हैं बिकॉज दे आर परमानेंट. सेकेंड पॉइंट ऑफ पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव इज, so the second point of political executive is that they can be changed if the people are not liking their job. Means they are not permanent. The simple form you can say that they are not permanent because they are for specific period, though they can be changed also. The second point of permanent executive is that they remain in office even when the ruling party changes. They are permanent. तो अगर जो पार्टी रूल कर रही थी अगर वो हट भी जाती है तो भी परमानेंट एग्जीक्यूटिव रहते हैं, वो चेंज नहीं होते, बिकॉज दे आर फॉर द लॉन्ग टर्म बेसिस. So point number 3 of political executive is, the examples of political executive will be the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. And the example of permanent executive will be the civil servants. In that you can write IPS, IS you can write. So I just want to explain the three differentiation of political and permanent executive. Please ध्यान से सुनिएगा. अगर आपको डेफिनेशन याद हो गई तो आपको ये पूरा पैराग्राफ ही समझ में आ जाएगा. पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव वो एग्जीक्यूटिव होते हैं विच आर फ्रॉम द पॉलिटिकल बैकग्राउंड. Okay, so they belong to the political background. So the first point of the political executive is that they are for specific period and elected by the people. ये वो होते हैं जो लोगों के द्वारा इलेक्ट किए जाते हैं और स्पेसिफिक पीरियड के लिए ही होते हैं. बिकॉज इफ़ देयर वर्क आर नॉट लाइक्ड बाय द पीपल they can kick them out also. So permanent executive का first point है that they are appointed on the basis of merit and they are for long term basis. These are the people who are elected on the basis of their qualification, and that is why they are for the long term basis, appointed for the long term basis. Second point of political executive is that they can change if the people are not liking their work. They can be changed, but in permanent executive they can't be changed. They can in the office even the ruling party changes, but the political executive have to change if the people are not liking their work. The third point of political executive is that the example of political executive are PM and Council of Ministers. And the third point of permanent executive is it will include the civil servants like IPS and IAS. So the work of both political and permanent executive is to execute laws. But the difference is that political executive are for short term, they are for specific period, and the permanent executive are for the long term. So this is the major difference between them. The rest they do the same work, that is execution of the laws. So the last question which comes from this paragraph is that why is the minister more powerful than the civil servants? Like political executive, why they are more important than permanent executive? So the first reason is that they are elected by the people. That is the important point, that why they are powerful. So they are in a democracy, the will of the people is supreme. It means that the people are very important. If they have elected some members, it means they have seen something, that is why they have elected. So that is why the political executives are important. The ministers is elected by the people and thus empowered to exercise the will of the people. So that is why, second point, they are elected by the people, so that is why they are doing for the people. Second, they are answerable to the people for all consequences of her for the final decision. And the third point is they are for the they have to give the answers also, that why it has happened, why it has not. So that is why they are very important as compared to permanent executive. But in reality, if you will see that the political executives are not much intelligent than the permanent executives, because in permanent executives civil servants are there who are appointed on the basis of merit. But in political executive, if you will see that they don't have more knowledge about the categories which they are the ministers. मतलब वो जिनके मिनिस्टर्स होते हैं उनके बारे में उनको बहुत ही लिटिल नॉलेज होती है, बट they are elected by the people and they have given these categories, so they are. But if you'll compare with the permanent executive, they are more intelligent than political executives. So from this paragraph, two question comes, that is the what is the differentiate between political and permanent executive. And the second question is, why is the minister more powerful than the civil servant? So I'll be showing you the questions which you have to mark from the book. This is the paragraph from which you have to frame a question like differentiate between permanent and political executive. 3 points should be there. And from this paragraph, you have to mark a question like why is the minister more powerful than the civil servants. इसके आंसर्स आपको यहाँ से मिलेंगे, ठीक है. So these two questions please write down in your notebook, and the next topic we are going to cover it tomorrow. So please read the book, page number 87, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Thank you, class.